You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
What a dramatic afternoon it turned out to be at the Etihad, where Manchester City were pushed all the way by a Leeds United side that simply refused to roll over. The match finished 3-2 to City, but the story behind that scoreline was anything but straightforward. It was one of those games where momentum kept shifting, and just when it felt like the result was secure, the entire script flipped again. Right from the kickoff, City came flying out of the blocks. In fact, barely 2 minutes had been played when Foden opened the scoring. It was one of those early goals that instantly settles a home crowd and makes everyone think a routine afternoon might be coming. Not long after, Josko Gvardiol doubled the lead with a composed finish in the 25th minute, and at that point City looked completely in control. Leeds were struggling to get any sort of foothold, and it felt like the game might drift into a comfortable win. But football rarely sticks to the expected script. Whatever was said in that Leeds dressing room at halftime clearly worked, because they came back out with real intent. Dominic Calvert-Lewin struck just 4 minutes after the restart to pull one back, and suddenly the mood shifted. The urgency, the energy, the belief, it all changed. City, who looked smooth and settled earlier, began to look a little rattled. Then came the moment that really ignited things. Leeds earning a penalty. It was dispatched confidently by Enrique in the 68th minute, leveling the match at 2-2 and sending their traveling supporters into absolute delirium. At that point, the atmosphere inside the Etihad changed completely. City were now the ones under pressure, and Leeds sensed the possibility of a famous comeback. For a long stretch of that second half, City simply weren't themselves. Passes went astray, nerves crept in, and Leeds were growing braver by the minute. But champions are champions for a reason, and even on an off day, a moment of quality can still break through. And that moment arrived in stoppage time. Foden, already on the score sheet, stepped up when City needed him most. In the 90th minute +1, he curled home a brilliant finish to restore the lead. It wasn't flashy. It was simply clinical, calm, and delivered with that trademark confidence he's known for. The entire stadium erupted in relief rather than celebration, because it had been a far tougher battle than anyone had predicted. By the final whistle, Leeds were left wondering how they didn't take at least a point, and City were left grateful that their late surge secured 3 vital points. That keeps them hanging on to the title race. But the match served as a reminder that no game in the Premier League is ever truly straightforward, especially against a Leeds side with nothing to lose and everything to prove. Stay subscribed for more videos.